Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the WPS podcast. That is Why People Suck. My name is Celia, and I'm joined by my co-host, best friend, and sister, Alejandra.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be back for another episode where we call out all the ways people are super annoying and talk about what we can actually do about it. We say it so you don't have to. This week's episode, we're very excited because we're actually in the same city.
Yeah, cheers.
Finally.
Yeah. And we're very excited for today's topic, too, because we are talking about why people who work at airlines suck. Look, I know some people can be really good, but I'm sure most of us have had horrible experiences. And this is really great for us right now because we both had to fly here to where we are now. And I gotta say, we did not have good experiences. And I think, Alejandra, you should definitely take it away with this one.
Yeah, I had the worst, probably, I think this was the worst experience I've ever had flying, honestly. And I fly a lot. I mean, I've gone on airplanes and we travel internationally a lot. We go on, like even within the US, we just travel a lot. This was by far the worst experience I have ever had. We were supposed to fly out Monday. And just for context, it is Friday. We had a flight in the evening. And then we had a connection. We had like 2 hours in between the connections, whatever. First of all, I get a text message from the airline at like noon saying that our 6:45 flight was moved to 4:45. And I was like, what? And this wasn't even the first flight. This was the second flight.
Yeah.
So, of course, as soon as I get that text message, I'm like, oh my gosh, like panic, panic, panic. Get in the car, everybody. We got literally, we were ready and we were about to leave for the airport anyway. And I was like, okay, we got to go to the airport to figure out what is going on. So it takes us about 20 minutes to get to the airport. Yeah. By the time we get to the airport, I've now got, we're pulling up to the airport and I get another text message. Our flight has now been delayed till 8, which I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't really care about that. That's fine. That gives us a little bit more time. We can get dinner for the kids. Yeah, we'll get here late, but it is what it is. Like, we're already going to get here late. So it doesn't matter. So, okay, we're there. We're at the airport. We get through security. It's all a breeze. Like, that part is fine. And I think I don't even remember, but it was like, do you even remember at this point? Because so much has happened since then that I can't even remember the details of like at what point they started to push our first flight back. I think it was like an hour before the actual flight, which was supposed to take off at like 4:30. So maybe like by 3:30 when we were starting to kind of approach our flight, our gauge, which by the way, we got there so early because we got this stupid text message telling us all of this. And my logic was like, we need to get to the airport so we can hopefully get us on an earlier flight.
Yeah, so you don't miss that connection.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of flights to Houston from Austin, which is where I live. And so I was like, okay, well, they can just get us on like the 2 p.m. Like, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm sure they can do that. That's not a big deal. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Not help you at all.
They did not help us at all. They were like, okay, so also I'm flying with 2 little kids, 3 and 5 years old. I'm by myself for the first time ever. It is international. However, it was like, no, we could totally do this. It's not a big deal. They're great flyers. And to be fair, they did well for their age, but it was a lot. But anyway, here's the thing. Here's what happened. So when the flights get pushed back, I get in line to talk to someone. There are like 50 people in front of me. There is one person helping. And I was like, surely she will call for backup. Yeah. Surely they will send someone. Nope. We stood in that line for 3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because I was texting her and I was like, oh my God, I'm never flying again. This is horrible. Because again, to remind everyone, I have little kids with me.
Yeah.
And they're not just going to sit there in line. They don't do that. Kids don't do that. And I had to actually get out of line 3 different times because one of my kids kept having to go to the bathroom. Oh. And the third time when he was like, we'd been in line for an hour at this point for the third time. I said, are you kidding me that you have to go to the bathroom again? And this girl in front of me, luckily she was a mom and understood. She looks back and she goes, oh my God, if he has to go to the bathroom, I will hold your spot. It's fine. And I was like, thank you, God. I was like, yes, please. And then she looks at the guy behind her and she goes, you're good with that, right? And it was like a younger guy. He was probably in his early 20s. And he was like, yeah, I guess that's fine. And she was like, no, you're good with that because she needs to take him to the bathroom and she's not getting out of this line. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And I was like, thank you. She was so nice. Thank God for her. So I actually had to get out of the line like 3 more times because my kid had to go to the bathroom 3 more times because I had to wait for 3 hours.
Yeah. Really terrible when things like that happen. This has happened to me before, not quite as terrible as you, but having to wait in those customer care lines is awful.
Yes.
They take forever, and there's always just like one person working for whatever reason. I guess because they have issues everywhere, and just airline staff is not enough, or they don't care. I'm going to say they don't care. They don't pay enough people to do the work because they're all about profits. They don't care about passengers and the stand in age. And it just sucks, right? And then even when you get to talk to someone, they're so useless, right? And they're so exhausted. They're not very nice sometimes. And it's just a terrible experience. And obviously, you who have been waiting in line for such a long time, like you're not going to be in the best of moods. And, you try, but it's annoying when the person who is trying to help you doesn't care about that. Like there's no empathy there. So they just get more mad at you and they don't want to help you if you're not like in an amazing mood. But how can you be in an amazing mood after dealing with that weight and just like the stress of not knowing when you're going to be able to get on your flight and get to your destination, or if you have connections like you did? That's just awful.
Yes. And here's the thing with airlines, like I need to be able to rely on you. I'm trying to get someplace. Like if we'd been going to a wedding, like I was thinking if this had happened for your wedding, oh my gosh, like we would have missed our flight. Because they couldn't get us on a flight for, well, okay, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. When I'm about 5 people from the counter, someone finally shows up.
Yeah.
And this woman, you know what she says?
What?
You need to call the 800 number. B. Like, I was like, I'm sorry. Do you think that not every single person in this line has been trying this? I called 3 different times and it kept dropping the call or they would hang up on me. Like I would hear somebody and then it would hang up. And I was like, there's something wrong with your 800 number.
Yeah.
Like, you think we didn't try all of this? And the lady in front of me, she was like about to lose it. She was like, are you kidding me? She's like, that's your solution? Bring someone else.
Yeah.
That's insane. Why is that your solution? And she goes, yeah. I'm going to try to get somebody else. Well, by the time I got there, still wasn't somebody else. I still had to wait another 30 minutes after all of this happened, and still wasn't another person there.
Wait, so this lady didn't help you?
No.
But they thought that bringing a new person was going to help you?
Yes, but they never brought this person. At least not while I was there. And the line was still like 20 more people behind me at least.
And this was this all just for your one flight, or was this like dealing with all of the passengers for this airline?
No, this was for our flight. Our flight
Right.
from Austin to Houston.
Right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And just going back to the call thing, I know I was trying to help you by calling, and I know your husband was trying to help you too, and that did not work. These stupid airlines with their 800 number, they don't work. Nobody ever answers. And then everything's automated nowadays. And people, we need to talk to a real person. We don't want to talk to a freaking robot because these robots don't do anything. And then when I couldn't get through on the phone, I also tried with the chat bot, and that doesn't help at all. Oh my goodness, so many different airlines I've tried their stupid chat bots. You get to a point where like it doesn't understand. It has just a few options, so you pick an option, and then finally you're trying to just get to a representative. And then it's stupid and it doesn't know how to do that. And it just goes back to the initial question. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What is the point of this robot?
Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah. Or it'll just tell you, oh yeah, I can't help you. You have to call the 800 number. Like I just wasted how much time talking to you? I could have just gone to the stupid 800 number. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So continue with my story, by the way. It's not over. It's far from over, guys. It's far from over. It's like you think I'm almost there, but I'm not. So I get there and I feel for this woman. She's been standing there for as long as I've been standing there and longer because I have to get out of line 3 times.
Yeah.
Reminder. And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I know this sucks for you. Here's my situation. I'm trying to get on a flight. I realize that I have missed my connection at this point," which was also delayed, by the way. That flight was super delayed.
Yeah. It ended
And
up getting canceled,
yes,
didn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it did get canceled. So, yeah, she's like, "This is Monday," and she goes, "Yeah, I can't get you on a flight on until Thursday." Now, we're here for our dad's birthday. It's a big birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't wanna miss that." Like, fine, get me on a flight 4 days from now. Like, that sucks. That's cutting my vacation in half.
Yeah.
But, I was like, "Well, I mean, whatever. I just need to be here for the actual event, so we'll do it." And okay, so we get on those flights. I get out of the airport. My husband calls it this. We've been at the airport at this point for like almost 8 hours, I think. Which you're all like, "Oh, that's not that bad. Like people have done worse." Yeah, I had a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old with me by myself. Like they were going nuts. They haven't eaten a real meal. They've just been having like snack food. And at this point, it's past their bedtime. Like they're getting tired.
Yeah.
And then they're so excited for this trip. And then I have to tell them that they can't get on a plane to go see their grandparents.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a whole other meltdown that I had to deal with. So, yeah, 8 hours felt a lot longer than 8 hours. So, just gonna throw that out there. Then, my husband picks me up. We have to pick up our bag, of course, because we checked a bag. I get in the car and I'm like, "I'm just gonna call customer service, see if they can get us on the flight tomorrow morning or something." Well, they can't get us on Tuesday, but they can get us on Wednesday. I'm like, "Okay, so they get us on Wednesday, so at least we get 1 day back." And then she is also able to extend the trip out 1 day. So it's kind of like, okay, this is a little bit better. But here's the thing. We had paid more money so that we could fly the evening flight
Yeah.
and not the morning flight. Parentheses here. We're not coming to a place that is easy to get to. So there's like 1 flight a day. A couple of days a week, there's 2 a day. So at this point, Monday is the last day of the week until the weekend that there are 2 flights. So I only have the morning flight available at this point. So I have to get up on Wednesday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
to get a flight out of Austin to Houston
Yeah.
so I can make this early flight out of Houston.
Yeah.
Fine. We're doing all of this with little kids. We go to the airport. We get there. Our flight is good. Everything is fine. Everything appears to be fine. We get to Houston. We board our flight from Houston. And this is when it gets really, really good. We start taxiing. We're like the kids are like, okay, we're about to take off. We're about to get there. We're going to go, And we're taxiing for a really long time. And the flight attendants keep coming back. They keep going down the aisle and back up and down. And they keep counting. And I'm like, man, I mean, I know that they always count a lot, but this seems like a lot. And like,
It's excessive. Yeah.
like,
Get to it.
yeah, and then all of a sudden they start bringing more of the like the first class people, like the business class people start counting, and I'm like, this is weird. What's going on? We taxied for like almost 30 minutes. Like I had texted everybody, okay, we're leaving. I had put my phone on flight mode, airplane mode, and then the pilot comes on and he's like, "Hey guys, there seems to be a security issue. I'm trying to figure out what to do about it. I don't want to have to take us back to the gate. So just bear with me." And so of course everybody's like, "Security issue? Like what is going on?" So of course we all start talking to each other and like all the theories start coming out and we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like like is somebody getting, deported? Like is somebody trying to sneak onto the plane? Like what's going on? And then someone's like, "Well, it's probably just a weight issue." So we're all like, "Oh, okay, yeah, probably a weight issue." But then I'm like, there are a ton of not a ton of empty seats, but there are several empty seats. I've flown here so many times and it's fully booked.
Yeah.
And there were several kids, which obviously weighed like a third of what an adult weighs. So I'm like, it's not a weight issue. Like I was like, there's no way. And then people were like, "Oh yeah, actually that makes sense. It's not a weight issue." Captain comes back on and he's like, "Hey guys, we're going to have to go back to the gate and we're going to have to deplane." It's like, are you kidding me? At this point, we're like over an hour past when we were supposed to take off.
Yeah.
And I was like, it took you an hour to get to this. So I don't know if any of our listeners have ever been in a situation where you have to deplane. I had not. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. When you deplane, you have to take all of your stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously. However, again, I'm flying with 2 kids. I had taken out their waters, I had taken out their tablets, their like snacks, they're like fully set up in their seats.
Yeah.
I had disinfected everything. Like the backpack had basically exploded at this
Yeah.
point because I was like, okay, we're on the second flight. Like I can take all the stuff out. We are safe. We are good to go. Oh my God. So then, of course, they're like, okay, hurry up and get all your stuff. We got to get everything. Da, 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 da. And they're like, as soon as you deplane, we're turning around and we're leaving. We're only going to be there for like 10 minutes. So we get off the plane. Luckily, we're seated pretty close to the front. So we get off the plane and our gate is right by a bathroom. Thank God. I run the kids to the bathroom. Like, we're like, go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom too. So I was like, everybody go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. We come out. People are still deplaning. I don't know why. It was like, oh yeah, it'll be super fast. It wasn't because everybody has to take all of their stuff.
Yeah, that's not the easiest thing.
No, I don't know what I was thinking, but like he was like, do not leave, do not go and do whatever. He's like, we are turning this plane around as quickly as possible. Like,
Yeah.
because also the people here where we're at, we're taking this plane back to Houston.
Yeah.
Like it's a one plane situation. Like the plane goes back and forth
Yeah.
twice, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. This sounds like an awful nightmare. And
Yeah.
of course, like the people in the airlines are not making it easier for us. And I want to say, as I'm listening to you, I know we're saying like we're here complaining about people who work at airlines, but I wouldn't say it's like the top dogs, man, who are always looking for profits instead of helping people. I am very anti airlines. I hate them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want to make that clear because I do feel for like, these pilots and the people on the plane, they're probably like, oh, damn, like this is going to take way longer. I just want to finish my shift, but whatever it is. But yeah, or just what a nightmare.
Yeah. So then, of course, it takes like another hour and a half to get everybody taken out of the plane and then boarded up again.
Yeah.
And okay, so this whole time they didn't even really tell us what happened. I can't remember at what point that we finally figured out what happened. And this is 100% the people who are working the gate. It was their fault. So what happened is that the numbers didn't match the number of like faces or passports that were scanned. Because when you get to the gate, you have to like scan your face into this thing. And then it's like, yes, that is you. And here's your seat. Like, I didn't even have to give my passport. I had them out because they said to have them out. And then it just scanned my face and it said, this is you and this is your seat number. And it was just like a checkbox. And then for the kids, it didn't do that. So I had to, she just like looked them up via the last name.
Right.
And then she was like, okay, check. So it must have been an issue with like one of the kids where they just like didn't scan it correctly or something. My kids were fine because they were definitely scanned. Like I saw that she did it. So it was not us. I just want to make that very clear. I'm pretty sure it wasn't us. But even if it wasn't my fault. Like I had my passports ready to go. So it was them. They just like somebody messed up somewhere along the line and they just didn't scan somebody. And it's like, you could have just taken the extra 10 seconds to scan the kid or the person or whatever. And it wouldn't have taken us 3 extra hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just do your job well, man.
Yeah. And then I don't even want to talk about what happened when we got like the immigration problem.
Coming back to the airline issue.
Yeah.
It's just, this reminds me of a time where I was delayed due to weather and I missed my connection. And then I had to stay overnight in this city. But obviously, like, I had to figure it out on my own. The airlines didn't help at all, even though I stood in line for like, I can't remember how long just to try to figure out what to do. Like, if I was going to be able to get on another flight out right away. Well, I didn't. I had to stay in that city, but then I had to find my own hotel, Uber there and back, and without my bags and stuff, because bags stay in the airport in that case.
Yeah.
So the annoying thing to me is that the airlines don't give a damn about what happens to you. Like, you have to figure it out. And then you also have to have this extra admin after your trip to get back to them and complain and get a refund from them. Like, you have to do all this stuff rather than them just being like, oh my God, this is terrible. Let's put you up in a hotel. Let's get you transportation there and back. Let's get you some food. No, you have to like pay up front for everything that you're suffering through, figure it out on your own, and then hope that they give you a refund or something.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, not everybody can afford to do that.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are flying and they're like, can't really afford it, but they're like, well, I have to be here for this wedding or for this event or whatever. And they can't afford to have to front money for situations like that. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, absolutely not. And my husband has had this happen to him a couple of times, like missing a connection and having to stay overnight somewhere. And again, it's the same situation. And I just remember how insulted I was by the fact that American Airlines only gave him like a $75 voucher to use, obviously, on an American flight within a year. And that just wasn't going to happen because, like, we live in Europe. We don't really need American Airlines unless we're coming over to the US.
Also, I will not fly American. Like, you could not. I won't do it unless I absolutely have to, which is a situation for you. You kind of have to get here
Yeah.
on American. But like, if it's cheaper, I won't do it. If there is another option, I will pay more.
Yeah.
I will not do it. They've burned me so many times. This is an anti-American airline family. So if American Airlines would like to publicly apologize to us, maybe I'll consider flying them and like give me free lifetime tickets to all of us in our family. I will consider it. But even so, I don't think I will, because you guys are terrible. This reminds me of an American Airlines story that Corey, my husband, oh my gosh, this is another similar situation to what happened to me. So they were going to Vegas. His friends drove from Dallas to Austin for his friend's bachelor party, and they were going to fly from Austin to Vegas. So they were flying out, and I took them to the airport. I think it was like kind of delayed at that point, but I took them and they were like, okay, we're good. Long story short, they were at the airport for 12 hours. They had to stand in a line for 3 hours to like continue getting rebooked on different flights. They finally get rebooked on a flight that day at night. I think they were supposed to take off at like 8. They were originally supposed to take off at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And I think I dropped them off around noon or whatever.
Right.
Because it got delayed. And then they were supposed to eventually got on a flight that was actually going to take off at 8 p.m. They get on the airplane. Everyone is seated, ready to go. The captain comes on. And you are not going to believe this. The crew has timed out.
Oh my goodness. So they need to bring in a whole new crew.
No. Flight is canceled.
Oh.
I just could not believe that.
Or pay them overtime. This is probably the greedy people upstairs.
Yeah. I don't know that they can do overtime, especially as pilots, because that's a safety thing.
Actually.
Yeah. Even if it is like a 2-hour thing and like whatever. But no. Yeah. But like, you knew that they were going to time out when they got them on the plane. What do you mean?
Right. Oh my goodness.
I don't understand this timing out thing.
Yeah.
Because that also happened to us on another flight out of here.
Oh,
that was after your wedding. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I had to stay the night at that horrible hotel. And oh my gosh, it was awful and I didn't feel well. Anyway, oh gosh. So yeah, that was
There's just so many awful stories about how airlines treat their passengers.
Yeah.
You know, right now I'm only thinking of American Airlines, but definitely, I mean, just now yours was with United.
Also hate United. Honestly, it's American, very closely followed by United. I've heard like people either love Delta or they hate them. I don't really fly Delta that much. Delta's not really convenient out of Austin, I guess. So I don't really fly them that much.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
because the issue I had, maybe I shouldn't blame them. Like, we were flying from Atlanta to London and the plane went dark and I was like, oh my God, I am dying. Yeah. And then the lights came back on and they're like, hey, we have to return to Atlanta. We were already about to leave like the tip of Canada. And we had to return all the way back to Atlanta because of the generator issue. But yeah.
They couldn't land in like Montreal or something. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you fly that farther back?
I don't.
That seems dangerous.
That's why I was like, Delta, never again.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I guess for some advice, now that I live in London and I know more of the rules in Europe, like if you are delayed on a European airline more than 3 hours, I want to say, or maybe four, they have to pay you compensation, like at least 600 euros or something. So whenever I can, when I'm flying back to the Americas, I try to take a European airline. So that is a little bit of advice for anyone who does not know.
Absolutely. That's a really good point. And American Airlines and United and any other airline that's might catch wind of this, maybe take note because you should. And I realize that's a regulation thing, and I feel like that should be a regulation thing in the US and just everywhere. Because the thing is that the airlines just feel like they can do whatever they want because technically they can. They don't have to be accountable for anything they do. They're like, well, you missed your flight. Well, it's too bad. Too bad for you. Can't do anything. Can't get you on another flight for 4 days. So, okay. So going back to my husband, they couldn't get them on a flight for like 5 days. So they had to cancel the bachelor party.
Of course. You have to miss work.
Yeah.
Logistics thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like people don't have unlimited vacation time. Like they can't just be like, okay, well, I'll just do this next week. Like they've already prepared to be off right now.
And your activities and your
yes. And all that stuff. Yeah. It's not exactly easy to, yeah. Okay. And airlines just totally they do not take accountability for any of it. And you're the one that's left to pay the price.
Yeah. I think we all need to speak up. We need to change.
Yes.
This. I wish there was a way to do it. I wish we could all just band together and change things because they're really taking advantage of all of us. And
absolutely.
It's so terrible because we have family, friends to see, the world to see, and we can't feel like safe doing it.
I know. It's terrible. Yeah.
So any of our listeners, we also want to hear horrible stories if you have any to share with us because I don't know, we need to make each other feel better.
Yeah. Also, will you stand up with us? I'm going to take them down. I want them to know that they got to do something about this. This is not okay. It's just awful.
It is. It is. So, do you have any final thoughts or stories you want to share?
I'm honestly still so psychologically like exhausted and scarred from my situation this whole week. I can't even believe that was only 4 days ago / 2 days ago that all of this has happened. I don't know. I don't have any good advice. I had a very rough week with airlines.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can do. I feel like the only thing that you can do is just always send in a complaint.
Yeah. Definitely always send a complaint because it helps. I think if we all were to just let things pass, then they'll never fix anything. Mm-hmm. Always demand your refunds. Always keep your receipts when you have to go through any of these situations where you have to miss a flight or whatever, any extra expenses that these airlines may cost you, you know? I wish I had better advice. I mean, other than the one I just gave about doing the European Airlines. Yeah, this is a universal awful experience, unfortunately. Like the way of airlines nowadays, they just have the upper hand, unfortunately. Yeah, but hey, listeners, if you have found any tips on how to get the upper hand, please let us know. Because we've obviously had a lot of issues with airlines, so we would like to know what we can do. Well, thank you so much for joining us for our episode today, and we hope to see you next time. Remember to follow us at the WPS podcast, like and comment, share your stories with us as well, and we'll see you next time. Bye.